Could Arizona's tough illegal immigration law move east to Florida? State Representative Kevin Ambler wants the Sunshine State to adopt a law like Arizona's. He plans to propose the idea at a special legislative session in Florida that starts tomorrow. Mr. Ambler joins me live. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Dana.
We've heard a lot about the tensions at the border in Arizona. That feels like all we've talked about for the past 6 months. We haven't heard a lot about tensions in Florida. Would you describe the situation there for us?
Well, unlike Arizona, which is dealing with its own problems, they have about a little over 400,000 illegal immigrants in their state. Florida is approaching 1 million illegal immigrants, and we have a much more porous border because we have 1,500 miles of coastline to patrol. So while you may not see some of the border clashes like you have reported on television, we have a great deal of issues going on with the illegals in our state.
Tell us a little bit about the special legislative session that's coming up. I know that it was initially called to deal with offshore oil drilling, but is it going to be opened up to additional issues like this one?
Well, anytime the legislature convenes for a special session, members are free to bring other issues up that are relevant. We certainly cannot think, and I cannot think of anything more pressing for our citizens than making sure that we are protecting fundamentally the security of our borders, where the Obama administration has let us down and not provided us the resources necessary. We have to take control of that issue ourselves and make sure also that our economic security is not being threatened by illegals, these criminals that come and take jobs from Floridians.
So what would be your solution to that? Because the Obama administration announced today that they were going to send National Guard troops down to the border. That's probably not practical in Florida, but what would you be asking them to do if you were going to get some help in the meantime?
Well, we've approached this from a very measured, common sense standpoint. I filed 3 bills to be heard in the special session, which I hope that we have our leaders step forward and really do a gut check and understand that this is what the public wants right now. The 3 bills do as follows. The first one gives our police officers, our state and local law enforcement, the ability that when they make a lawful stop or an arrest, that they have the ability to verify the legal status in this country, and it authorizes their use of the E-Verify system. The second bill requires that state agencies, before they provide public assistance benefits, check using the E-Verify system and other means to determine legal status. And the third of the bills requires that before an individual can seek employment and obtain a job as an employee of the state of Florida, that they have to have their legal status verified through the E-Verify system.
Arizona has taken a lot of heat from some quarters and has gotten some support, a lot of support from others. What have you been hearing in the last 48 hours as you've made this announcement?
Well, the bill we actually filed a week ago, and we've been submitting it and circulating it around among our colleagues for the past week in anticipation of the special session. The feedback that we get for those that have read it and understand what the bills do and what they don't has been very supportive. I mean, I think folks that have spent the time to listen and read what the bills are really all about understand that this is a very common sense approach to a very serious problem. It's something that is a measured approach at this juncture for the special session. It's not intended to be the be-all solution. There are many other issues that we still need to confront. For example, the employer penalties and such. We're not trying to tackle those now, but this is a very important first step to getting Florida a step ahead of the other states that are confronting similar issues, but where Florida's problem is growing by the day.
All right, Representative Ambler, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me on your show.